This is Cade Parmalee, senior, Wylie High School.
We'll open it up for questions.
Coach, dream start for you guys. Just weren't able to keep it going. Just what you see out there as things kind of started to turn.
Well, I mean, we had a lot of big plays. What a great first half by both teams. For them to take the lead 17-14, us take it down and tie it up. But second half, I mean, hats off to them. They pounded the ball at us, put a lot of pressure on us defensively. There's way too many turnovers, either by our doing or their doing or tip balls or whatever. You just can't give a team like that the ball continually, and just left our defense on the field way too long.
Coach, you had success bottling up their running back in the first half somewhat. Were there any changes that they were doing specifically to help get him loose in the second half?
Well, I think one change is they had a lot more attempts. They were having success. Obviously, they wore us down some. We had to use some guys on both sides of the ball. I think a little fatigue got in, and it's really kind of shows when you're the one behind. And the team that was winning and running the football obviously had a lot of success. But no, I don't think any different. I just think their kids got after it up front. We just didn't do a good job getting them off the field.
Coach, all year you talked about the 33 seniors that you've had, and just kind of talk a little bit about the impact they've had with this program and then the year they had this year.
Yeah, well, this senior class, I mean, we put a lot of emphasis on our senior class every year. They're the leaders of the team, the coaches of the team, and we had a tough loss last year to Argyle in the semifinals, and they took it upon themselves to make sure we weren't going to do that again. We were going to get to the championship game. Obviously, our goal was to win the championship game. Fell short, but our seniors are the absolute leaders, as I said. They're the guys that run the team. They give us the physical play, and then they give us the inspiration every day. It's just a fun bunch to be around. They love the game, they play it the right way, and they respect the game of football.
Coach, just talk about the ride, the journey here. I mean, you have an unusual regular season with 8 games, and then you put on one heck of a postseason run. Just kind of talk about how this team's able to handle those changes and then continue to handle adversity all the way to the end.
Yeah, well, I think the kids are a lot more flexible on that kind of stuff than we as coaches or parents are. But a 4-game non-district schedule, a 4-game district schedule, and then 6 playoff games. So we talked about that at the end of the regular season. After 8 games, we said it doesn't matter now. We can play as long as we want. We did. We played all you could play in the postseason, and I just hurt for these guys, these seniors, for not getting a championship. I know how special that is. We put ourselves in a position, played very, very hard. These kids don't quit, and I just feel not sorry, but I just hurt for these young men that invested so much in this team.
Hey, Kate, just talk about your senior season. Obviously, it didn't end the way you wanted, but just last year you didn't get to play. Now you're you have to play your full senior season. How was that?
It really was a great year for all of us. And what can you say? We wanted to win the last one, but we were all really blessed to play as long as we did. It was a great opportunity for me and a bunch of the guys. I really wouldn't have wanted it any other way except with a win, but we can't say anything now. They're a great team. They played their hearts out. We played our hearts out. So at the end of the day, we left it all on the field, and so we can't be ashamed of that.
Being able to play with some kids that you've played with since you guys were in Pee-wees, young guys, being able to finish your senior year with these guys, obviously you didn't get the win, but being able to finish it and play at AT&T Stadium, how great was that? It was
a really great experience, kind of being here, being in this atmosphere. Not many guys can say that they've done this, and that's a pretty elite group. Props to Coach Sander for all the coaching staff. I guess I can speak for all the seniors and everybody else on the team. It's been a great year. I really wouldn't want to take anything else away from it. Can't really do much now, but it's been great.
Kate, as a player, what is it like in a game like this when it's just turnovers, and just changes in momentum swings like this? As a player, and as a senior, how do you keep the guys focused? Because it's a swing in emotions, really, the whole game.
I mean, it's really frustrating, getting down to the red zone and kind of turning it over or not being able to score on a long drive. But you just got to keep them mentally tough. Keep grinding, keep pushing the ball down, keep doing what you can do. And if everyone does their job, it should have gone, but it didn't. So can't really do much now.
Coach, you had a big man in the field position early in the second half. Had a couple of seconds.
thought they were big. You know, we had talked a lot, especially in the last 2 or 3 weeks of the postseason, and it's not just emotion, it's execution. And we were disappointed with our execution. We had some opportunities on a short field to start the second half, which I thought would have been a huge momentum swing for us to go get some points, but we didn't get it done. So I thought we were big that happened. And you know, we had some opportunities early, but you can't keep turning the ball over and put a team out there that's got to back that good on the field.
Coach, going back to the momentum swings, what are you trying to do on the sideline as you see those happening?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to be as positive as I can. You know, it's not a situation where you know, you're going to get all over somebody. We're just going to play. You know, these kids, like I said, I'm more proud of these young men for the type of men they are and how they respect the game of football. And so we try to always uphold the game of football, make it better than the way we found it, and that's just class. I mean, you hear Cade's remarks. Our kids have a lot of class and poise, but in that situation, you just keep motivating, you keep playing. Guys, we keep doing this. That's why we call all our timeouts at the end. Something crazy happened, we pick up the fumble, score, you want onside kick away. So we weren't going to quit until it was over, but it was just a classy bunch of guys.
What did you see from your defense out there? You mentioned they got kind of tired there towards the end, but they kept you guys in it for a long time.
Yeah, defense played good. You know, they just we got beat down. We got tired. We were preparing, trying to prepare as much as we could. We hadn't played a game in 70-degree weather in about 6-8 weeks, so you got to prepare for that. You got to try to give yourself a chance to stay on the field, not cramping. But hey, hats off to Carthage. They did what they had to do. They knew that they could play power football with us, wear us down with field position in the second half after those turnovers, and they did it.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
We have Coach Scott Surratt from Carthage. Coach, can you introduce the student athletes, please?
On my right, closest to me is Keontae Ingram, Casey Davis, and Mason Graham.
We'll open it up for questions.
Coach, 5 titles, 10 years, 5-0 in the state championship game. Just talk about getting another win today.
Talk about getting another one already?
Or just talk about getting another win today.
Oh, no, that's just special. You know, five championships in a program. I can only dream of one, and we've got 5. It's just great coaches and great players, and you know, it's hard work. We talked about it day one, and I know everybody says that, but we went 0-2 in district, and now we're state champions. That's unbelievable.
Coach, down 14-0. How important was it for that score on the next drive? Not playing that early.
It's important to get one sometime, that's for sure. But we've been down probably 10 games out of 16. There's no panic in these guys, and you know, our coaches do a great job. You know, long game. We knew it was going to be a long game. We maybe had a little nerves early, but we worked those out and played very well after that.
Case, and oddly enough, you took a shot to the back before that 4th down play. Kind of don't know if that what sparked you guys, but after you got hit, were you like, all right, let's play some football? Because after that, you guys turned it on.
Yes, sir. I mean, I still had a little nerves in me, and after I got hit on that one, I think it knocked it all out. And I just told myself I got to make a play on 4th down.
Coach, how did back-to-back losses shape your season?
I don't know. You know, we beat a really good football team in Gilmer, and then after that, we had 2 losses to great football teams in Kilgore and Henderson, and great programs, or actually it was Henderson and Kilgore in order. But you know, we never quit working, and that's the main thing. You know, keep your eyes on the prize at the end, and we kept working and working. Let's see how good we can get, and play hard. First whistle, last whistle each game, and you know, we could have been out in the first round. We talked about it yesterday, but we had 3 timeouts at Sylvia. And they were first to go on 8, I think, and we called all 3 timeouts. Defense got to stop, and we went 97 yards or 93 yards, excuse me, and we scored at the end. So there was some destiny going on with this team, and you know, can't say enough. You know, Casey made the big throw that game. Mason made the big plays tonight with the picks. I mean, it's just a team effort. I could go on and on about it.
Coach, your last drive before halftime, you convert the fake punt on 4th and 5, and then you have 2 more 4th down conversions. How much did that field goal and just a methodical drive like that help calm your offense down going into the locker room?
Well, it was a big plus, you know, to score, and then they kind of took the momentum after the big kickoff return and doing that. But, you know, we missed a handoff there. He'd have scored easily because we had something special going there. But, you know, things happen. Bad things happen in a long game, and we overcame everything that happened to us. And then you can't say enough about our offensive line, you know. They were the best front we've seen all year, no doubt, and I think we won down. I think you saw that at the end. We kept plugging, and Keontae kept running through them, and you know, we did a great job. Casey did a great job checking at the line of scrimmage.
Coach, you had 7 or 8.
For you compared to the other ones that you had, some really tight games. How did that really get you and your team ready for, that 14-0 deficit early?
Yeah, I think it helped us being down, probably 10, 11 games this year and knowing that it's a long game and just keep playing and playing and playing and but for this maybe it's definitely the toughest of the 5 we got, but who cares? We're state champions.
Coach, defensively.
Sorry.
Defensively, 7 or 8 turnovers, I think, in this game. They might not always get the credit every week, but just talk about their performance tonight.
Oh, it's phenomenal. From we played so many good offenses with Henderson and Stafford and unbelievable speed, and they just kept battling. We were getting better at that time. We were cutting people, at least 20 points off their average. It looked like we were giving up 30 points or 27 or whatever, but we were cutting them half their average. And so that's great defense. Darren Preston and his old staff, you got to give those guys credit. Offensive guys and the head coach get way too much credit, but our defense won this thing.
Coach, three guys with 2 takeaways in this game on the heels of such impressive defensive performance in the triple overtime game last week. What do you say about this defense?
Well, I got to ask the question, can we repeat the defense? But I said, we'll play better. I think we'll play better this week. We're getting better. We're healthy. At this time last year in the semifinals, we had 8 or 9 guys out, but we're healthy and ready to go. And somebody asked about our motivation after a third overtime. I promise you, we'll be motivated and ready to go. It's a state championship. So worked out for us.
Sorry, for all the players, just left to right or whatever you want to do, just your emotions on, win a state championship.
It's crazy. I moved here too. I moved here my junior year, coming from straight offense to defense. It was hard for me to overcome the adversity and try to just overcome what I've been used to now at Carthage. And I love it.
Yeah, speak up, guys.
Casey.
Well, I was kind of on the same level with him. I moved over here my sophomore year from a straight run team to spreading it out all over the field and doing everything. And I don't know. I mean, it was just big for us because I felt like people thought we were the underdogs in every single game we played, and we kind of liked that role. We like to come up and then defense get on us every second half. I told them, I said, this is our half, and that's what we did. We got stopped.
It's a great feeling, Back when I've been here since I was little. Back when we won in 08, and I remember running back to White Smith. Now he ran the ball, and he had a major impact on how I want to run the ball, physical, and it's a great win. Keep the legacy going.
What about being Casey or Keontae again, kind of echoing Coach, being down 14, coming back, continuing to fight? What was the talk in the huddle like when y'all were down 14-0? Was there any panic? I assume not, right? Since you've been through the ringer all year.
No, I mean, we're accustomed to that kind of stuff, and we like the pressure. That's what brings the best out of us, I think. Like I said, I was in the locker room in the second half, and I told them this is our game, and they know it's our half. Defense is going to step up, and I don't know, we just showed them the pressure.
Keontae, last week it was kind of a weird game for you, and you scored the game-winning touchdown in overtime, which had 3 fumbles. How much did you think about that and not in the ball security? Is that on your mind?
Yes, sir. Because I think I owed it to the team last year. Last game. And I knew coming in this game we can't afford turnovers against a team like this. And I gave all my credit to the offensive line, which helped me with taking care of all that stuff.
Let me just add a little bit to that. We never mentioned fumbling at all. Practice, we work the ball security drills, but you've never seen anybody work as hard as Keontae Ingram. These guys that on the Monday, he was so upset about the 3 fumbles that he put us a bind in, but he made up for it.
Coach, you had some huge 4th down conversions, obviously. One of the biggest 4th down plays, maybe the quick kick that changed the field position in the second half. How important was that? Because Wylie had a couple of possessions there in plus territory to start to happen. That pinned them over back into the 20.
It's very important. I'm a little crazy a little bit sometimes, and we'll go for it on our own end, the 20 or whatever, and if they give us a look, or we'll punt it like we did, and they didn't have nobody back, and he had a great punt, and and he pinned them back. And that we knew our defense was going to play well. We thought our matchups were good against this team, so we knew a punt's okay because we was going to get the ball right back.
Coach, you're in this position for the 5th time. What makes this one special and stands out to you?
Now they're all special, but from where we came from, like I said the whole time, we may not win many track meets, but we win a lot of football games. And, you know, we got a lot of great players. I'm not saying that, but they might not be the fastest players ever. But it's just everybody playing so hard. And so this is right at the top of any of them.
You mentioned speed. I know against Henderson and Stafford, especially Stafford, serious speed. And up top today in the press box, it looked like y'all had a distinct advantage on the perimeter when it came to pursuit and all that. Was that something y'all thought you had going in?
We did. You know, we knew they had the size, and we knew we had to match their intensity and their physicality. But we felt like finally we had a big speed advantage. And because, you know, Henderson and Stafford, they are unbelievably fast, and Silsby was too. So, and North Forest. So we had to place a lot of speed, but that's just great coaching. I'm trying to share on our defense is matching angles and things. And you know, I could go on and on forever about this team.
Final questions?
Yeah, Keontae and Kaysen, just real fast. Obviously, the playoff run, you had, I think 4 of your 5 wins were by 13 points, and to get here, fourth quarter close, still had to put it away. What were your thoughts, with the game still hanging in the balance in the fourth quarter?
I mean, pretty much we're just reflecting off the games before. And, I mean, we got accustomed to those tight games. I mean, almost all of them were within a few points. And like I said, it just brings out the best of us. And us and all our fans, and I think the other team even knew that we like to close games.
I don't think it was too much pressure because, we've been in a lot of games before, and what Coach preached all the time, survive in advance, and I think that's what we did.
Coach, we talked from Mineola yesterday, the first championship for that city and the joy and relief for that. When you're standing on the sideline, this is your 5th one, what's kind of going through your mind as that clock's running down?
Same stuff, man. I mean, it won't ever get old, and if it does, I need to get out of coaching. But, this nervous excitement before the game, once you get in it, the nerves go, but at the end, it's just, ecstatic energy and just wild and crazy, and that's what it's all about. And to be up here talking to you guys at the end of the season with a goal instead of silver.
Hey Mason, 2 interceptions, part of a defense that didn't allow any points in the second half of the game. What happened between the first and second half? Was it adjustments or was it just kind of mentality?
First half, we scored the first half, another touchdown, and I had to come up with that. And so I had to step out and show everybody that I needed to step up and be a team player and play my heart out for this team.
Thank you guys. Congratulations.